Hello, this is Mr. Stansbury. I'm going to take you through some of the problems on the 5E Part 2 assignment. Okay, first one, number one, Ernie invested $5,000 in an account for 3 years. So invested $5,000 for 3 years, 3.6 compounded quarterly, interest compounded quarterly. Inflation over the period averaged 2% per year. So 2% is the inflation amount. Okay. Part A says calculate the value of the investment after 3 years. So invested $5,000 and later on it's going to be worth more. So FV is what we're looking for. So for part A, it's going to be FV equals 5,000 times 1 plus our rate, which is 3.6 over 100 times compounded quarterly. So that means the K is 4. There's 4 quarters in a year. And then there's going to be a 4 here for this K. And then it's for 3 years, 4 times 3. Okay, so we'll just want to calculate that out. Simplify these here first. 412, just to make your life a little bit easier. So we got 5,000 times 1 plus 3.6 divided by 100. Oops, not by 100, but divided by 400. Oh, is that working? There we go. All to the 12th power. Okay, so we get 55, 67, 55. Okay, so that means invest $5,000 now in the bank. He's going to have $5,567.55. Now it says find the real value of his investment by indexing it for inflation. So what we want to do there is take our real value and then we're going to multiply that by our inflation. So 2%, take 100% plus 2% is 102%. Which is 1.02 as a decimal, so 1.02 all times. Sorry, for how much time was this? 3 years. That's what I was looking for. To the third power is gonna. We want to know when that's going to equal 55, 67, 55. Okay, so what we need to figure out first here, obviously, is what 1.02 to the third power is. So 1.02 to the third power gives us 1.061208. Is that right? I cannot remember. 1.61208. Okay, good. Equals the real value times that is going to equal 55, 67, 55. So to find out what the real value is, we're going to divide by this 1.061208. 1.061208, and that will tell us what the real value of his investment is. So basically we're going to take our 55, 67.55, and then we're going to divide by this answer. So I don't want to type that all back in, so I'm going to do second answer, make my life easy, and it's 52.46.43. 52.46.43 is the real value of his investment, meaning that if let's see, what if you were to buy, let's see, I'm trying to figure out the best way to explain this. He's basically really only gaining $246.43 in real value because of inflation. Even though he's gained $567.55 in his bank account, really he's only gained $246.43 in value because of the depreciation, because of the inflation being at 2% per year. Okay, so in other words, if he was saving up for something that he's investing $5,000 because in 3 years he wants to buy something that's $5,500, that item that's going to cost $5,500 right now in 3 years is going to inflate to more than $5,500. Okay, so he'd be able to afford something that was $5,250 basically, is what this is getting at. Okay, so let's see, that was part B right there. All right, let's look at one other example. Number 1 here. A lathe is purchased by a workshop for 2,500, I think that's euros. Not entirely sure. I should know that, but I don't. It depreciates by 20% each year. Find the value of the lathe after 3 years. And I did just look it up. It is euros. Okay, so now I know. And now you know. Okay. So purchase for 2,500. Oops. Purchase for 2,500 euros and depreciates by 20% per year. Find the value of the lathe after 3 years. So we can plug it into this thing here. So originally 2,500, we're going to figure out what it's worth in 3 years from now. So we're trying to figure out what the future value is. So future value equals 2,500 times 1. Now here's the thing, plus our interest rate. So we can do plus our rate. But the thing is, since we're depreciating by 20% a year, it's actually negative 20 over 100 because you're depreciating. Okay, doesn't say anything about compound periods, so those K's are 1s, and this is after 3 years. So really this is going to be 100, and this is going to be 3. So then we can plug it into our calculator to see what it's going to be worth since it's depreciating in value. 2,500, one more 0, too many parentheses, 1, I'm going to do this minus 20 divided by 100. All right, and then take that to the 3rd power, and we get that lathe is only worth 1,280. 1,280 euros 3 years later, because it just is depreciating by so much. Okay. All right. That's really all we have for the 5E Part 2 problems. If you have any further questions on this or anything else on the assignment, please feel free to ask. Thanks.